Good morning. Thank you for joining me here this morning for a morning mindfulness practice. This morning we have the opportunity to bring awareness to the body, just as we did yesterday. Whatever is happening at the level of thoughts, emotion, the environment around us, near and far, the sensations of the body are always available as an anchor, a place to rest the attention, a kind of refuge. Perhaps we can practice this morning taking refuge in the body, simply by turning attention towards whatever is here. So whichever posture you find yourself in, making a choice now about how you'd like to do this practice. Standing, lying down, sitting. And making your posture deliberate. Perhaps sitting a little straighter. Allowing yourself to be grounded stably. Perhaps with the feet flat on the floor or the knees against the floor. The shoulders upright and relaxed. And in this sense, they epitomize the whole orientation of mindfulness. Alert and easeful. Awake and calm. Eyes open or eyes closed. And then simply dropping the attention into the body. There's a literal sense of dropping here, especially if the attention is focused on thoughts in the mind, as is so often the case. And simply allow those to remain where they are and drop. Turn the attention into the body. One of the first things we might become aware of here is the rise and the fall of the breath. Chest expanding as breath comes in, softening as it goes out. Knowing that you have the choice to rest the attention here, to let it bob on the waves of the breath. Or not. If that doesn't work for you, then as always you have options. You might rest the attention instead on the whole body, the whole landscape of the body. In either case, allowing the mind to come into the body, opening it moment by moment to the felt sense of embodiment. Within your own time now, wherever the attention has been, if it's okay for you, as you next breathe in, taking the awareness down into the feet, left and right. Within the broad field of awareness, grounded in the body, as best you can, allowing the feet to take center stage. What sensations are here? Contact with the floor, perhaps, in certain parts of the feet. Maybe a tingling or throbbing. Contact with socks or air, perhaps. Wherever the mind wanders to, each in-breath is a new beginning. An opportunity simply to come back. No analysis or explanation is required for where the mind wandered or why it did. Just coming back. Just this. As you next breathe out, letting go of the feet in your awareness, and moving the attention into the lower legs, from the ankles to the knees. Letting the sensations here predominate in your awareness as best you can. Calves and the shins, the ankles, the knees. If you find it helpful to do so, you might imagine that as you breathe in, the breath comes down into the lower legs. Sense of vitality here. And as you breathe out, breathing out from here, inviting a softening as you do. Breathing into the lower legs, breathing out from here. And then with the next out breath, letting go of these parts of the body, moving attention up into the thighs. Muscle wrapped around the longest bones of the body. Perhaps some sensations of contact here with whatever is supporting you. Perhaps not. As always, we're not looking for a particular sensation or experience, but simply observing whatever is already here and whatever arises in each new moment. If you observe the tendency to look for something, for a certain sensation or experience, you can simply smile at that as one more thing to be noticed, one more impulse that arises in the mixture of thought and emotion, impulse and sensation that is each moment. And as best you can, allowing the sensations to feature prominently. With the next out breath, expanding the spotlight of attention to include not only the thighs, but the whole of the lower half of the body. As if you were twisting the lens of a torch to widen its beam. As best you can, holding the whole of the lower half of the body in awareness, from the soles of the feet to the hips. The top of a tree is blown about by the wind, but the lower half has a quality of stability that we sometimes find in the lower half of the body too. Inviting the attention to rest with this lower half of the body. Inviting a sense of stability and rootedness. Without trying too hard to create or generate this. Just opening the door to it and seeing if it arrives. Sometimes it will, sometimes not. As you next breathe out, letting go of the lower half of the body, moving attention into the pelvis and the hips. Allowing the mind to rest here. This bony cradle that supports the organs of the abdomen. Front and sides and back. Breathing into the pelvis and out from here, if that serves you. And then letting go, and in your own time moving up into the abdomen and the lower back behind. At the surface and beneath. Perhaps aware of the movement of the belly with the breath. Just watching, attending, receiving. Seeing if you can bring a sense of curiosity and kindness to whatever you meet in this moment, the lower half of the torso. A friendly interest. Ah, this is what's here right now. And then moving the attention in your own time up into the middle of the torso. The solar plexus at the front, and the middle of the back behind. Sense of the center of the body. Working with the breath if you choose. Breathing in here and out from here. Inviting a centeredness at the center of the body. And then letting go in your own time. And moving up into the chest. The rib cage at the front and the back. And the lungs and the heart within. If this is okay for you. Just dropping in the question, how is it in the heart right now? And just seeing what that evokes. bringing back the wandering mind, however many times it wanders and for however long. Knowing that each time you bring it back, your capacity for presence is deepened. Those neural pathways of awareness strengthened. And expanding the awareness now to include not only the upper half of the torso, but the whole of it, from the shoulders to the hips, front and back, at the surface and beneath. What do you notice in the torso? Movement, temperature, tightness, softness, whatever it may be from one moment to the next. And then expanding further still into the arms and hands and fingers, into the lower half of the body, and into the neck, face and head. The whole constellation of the body. How is it just to be right now? Nothing to fix or change, nothing to achieve right now. Can we invite that? That sense that whatever we may wish to change at some point, for right now we can just let things be. Just gently exploring that possibility as far as feels possible. Just to let the body be. And to let the mind be too. The whole body-mind, sensation, emotion, thought, impulse, whatever may be here and whatever may arise. Just letting that be. Letting this be. Breathing with it if you choose. And perhaps allowing these last few moments of the practice for today to take the place of a poem. To let these sensations, these breaths, these moments be themselves the poetry. Unique, brand new, present. Thank you for being here and practicing together this morning. Perhaps having a stretch now if that supports you. And I'll be back at the same time tomorrow. Take care.